July 13th, a boy turns 19. On July 14th, he walks out in Dallas to face the best goal scorer alive. And somehow, everyone in that stadium already knows what usually happens next.
Kylian Mbappé has 8 goals at this World Cup, tied for the Golden Boot lead. 3rd World Cup of his career. A World Cup winner. A World Cup runner-up. A man who has done this on the biggest stage on earth and never flinched. Not once. And he has never beaten the boy standing across from him. Let me say that again, slower, because it does not make sense. Euros semifinal 2024. Spain won, Yamal scored. Supercopa final 2025. Yamal's team won. Copa del Rey final 2025. Yamal's team won again. Nations League semifinal 2025. Spain beat France. Yamal scored twice. Supercopa final 2026. Yamal's team won a 4th time. 5 knockout matches. 5 wins. 0 losses. 4 goals from Yamal in those 5 games. Mbappe has scored in 3 of them and lost every single time anyway. Tuesday is the 6th meeting, the first one that actually decides a World Cup. 5 times is not luck. 5 times is a pattern that Mbappe cannot explain, and Yamal does not need to. When asked about Tuesday, Yamal did not sound like a teenager. He said calmly that if France should fear anyone, it is Spain, because Spain are the ones who keep knocking them out. That is not trash talk. That is a 19-year-old stating a fact nobody can argue with. But strip away the personal duel for a second, because the teams carrying these 2 men are living completely different realities. France arrives having won every single match. 6 for 6, 16 goals scored, only 2 conceded. A dismantling of Morocco in the quarterfinal that looked almost effortless. Michael Olise has 6 assists. 1 more ties Pele's all-time record for a single tournament. This is not a team hoping to win. This is a team that has stopped considering losing. Spain has walked a completely different road. A draw to open the tournament. Then a streak nobody in World Cup history has ever matched. 6 straight matches without conceding a single goal. 649 minutes. A world record. Then, Belgium finally broke through. 1 goal. Spain still won. Spain has not been dominant. Spain has not been dominant. Spain has been unbreakable. There is a difference. For Mbappe, this match is about extending a dynasty. A 3rd straight World Cup semifinal for France would be historic on its own. For Yamal, in his first World Cup ever, this is about proving that a boy who has never lost a big match to this man was never getting lucky. 2 different kinds of pressure, wearing 2 different kinds of weight, walking onto the exact same pitch. Nobody in that Spain camp will be throwing Yamal a party on July 13th, because the day after his birthday, he plays the biggest match of his career against the one player his legacy will always be measured against. Think about what that actually means. Mbappe played his first World Cup match at 19 too. He won the whole tournament that year. He has spent every year since building the resume Yamal is only just starting to write. Yamal turns 19 and 24 hours later walks into the match that could define whether his entire career gets remembered as the boy who never lost to the greatest goal scorer of his generation, or the kid who eventually had to, or if this is finally the night the record breaks. I am not going to give you a score prediction tonight, because the honest truth is, nobody actually knows what happens when a 5-game psychological hold meets a player playing the best football of his life. Mbappe has never lost to Yamal, but Mbappe has also never faced him with this much on the line at his 3rd World Cup, chasing history that would put his generation among the greatest France has ever produced. Yamal has never lost to Mbappe, but Yamal has also never carried a nation's first World Cup dream in 19 years into a match this heavy, one day removed from turning 19 himself. Something has to give on Tuesday. It always does eventually. The question is not who is better. We already know that debate never actually settles anything. The question is whether 5 knockout matches actually mean something real, some pattern that keeps repeating because it is true, or whether every streak, no matter how long, eventually meets the one night it was always going to end. France have not lost a match this entire tournament. Spain have not lost a knockout match to Mbappe in nearly 2 years. Something breaks in Dallas. Comment below. Tell me if you think 5 wins in a row means anything at all, or if July 14th is simply the night the numbers stop mattering. Subscribe, because on Bastille Day in Texas, we finally find out if history repeats itself or if it finally runs out.